I'm here in West New York on Port Imperial Boulevard at the headquarters for the North Hudson Regional Fire and Rescue. I met up with Weehawken Mayor Richard Turner, who was also the chairman of North Hudson Regional, where we talked about a number of issues, including a recent FEMA grant awarded to the department, as well as the recent feud between North Bergen Mayor Nicholas Sacco and Union City Mayor Brian Stack. Another thing that has been in the news regarding North Hudson Regional Fire and Rescue has been the feud between North Bergen Mayor Nicholas Sacco and Union City Mayor Brian Stack. So Mayor Sacco is saying that Union City owes roughly $5.8 million in late payments to the firehouse. So you've had a couple weeks to sit back, look at the numbers perhaps. Do you know if that's an accurate figure right now?
I don't know what the amount was there. I know as of yesterday, we had our meeting yesterday, and Union City had paid up everything. I think in one of his mailings he mentioned $3 or $4 million. I'm not sure. But as of yesterday when we had our board meeting, Union City was paid to date.
All right, so just to be completely clear, as of right now, Union City owes $0 to the firehouse.
And based on the information I have, they're paid, they're paid up to date.
Now, Brian Stack has also went on the record with other media outlets stating that he's not really satisfied with the way the payments are broken up between the municipalities involved with North Hudson. And I know you recently made a comment that you were thinking about making adjustments there. Even though they may be minor, what sort of adjustments would we be talking about?
Well, we have a formula and agreement with all the 5 municipalities. And you have to realize every municipality has a member on the board. And it takes 3 votes to get a budget, 3 out of 5 votes to get a budget passed, and for many of our activities, it takes 4 out of 5 votes. And fortunately, I don't think we've had anybody vote no on a budget since our inception. But we have built into our contract, the contract all 5 towns have, that every few years we will do an evaluation of any new increase in ratables that all the communities have. Throw that into the formula and see if the percentages should shift. We did it about 7 or 8 years ago, and I think it was a very minor point, either 1/10 or 0.2% shift in allocation of revenue. The way it is now, each town has a allocation of how much they have to contribute. And if one town has a big rateable increase, or many towns have a big rateable increase and someone doesn't, then their portion may go up, and the other town that has less of a rateable growth may go down. So we made it a growth factor.
All right, understood.
And I gotta say, it's built into the contract. So this is something we do periodically. So we're hopeful that we've already authorized the work to be undertaken again, and hopefully it'll be done by the end of this year.
Okay, so I mean, even though it may be unlikely, is there any scenario where you see each township involved here, municipality, I should say, Union City, North Bergen, Weehawken, Guttenberg, any situation you could think of where they would go back to just one fire department per municipality?
I think anybody, when you take the emotion out of it, I fully believe that everybody's getting a much better level of fire protection than they did when we were individual towns. I think anyone does an analysis realizes we have a much higher level and more efficient level of fire service than we did before. All the firehouses have been repaired. Many of them needed repairs when they were individual municipalities. Our equipment is all updated. Our communication system is state-of-the-art. We received in addition to the grant we received for the SAFER grant for the personnel, we received about $5 million in other grants from, as a result of the efforts of Senator Menendez, Senator Lautenberg, and Congressman Sears over the years. Like I said, for our communication system, for gear, for equipment. So it's hard to divide things up again. Maybe 40%, a third or 40% of the department has been hired as regional firefighters, not as their respective former communities. So it's very hard to divide up equipment, divide up buildings. For instance, this is a new firehouse that was built as the headquarters. It's located in West New York, but it serves everybody. So to go back and break things out and recreate what used to be very costly, and I believe much less efficient.
All right, very good. So I know you just touched on this point, talking about the equipment and just the high level of service you have here, but is there just 1 or 2 particular aspects you think that make the regional firehouse work for North Hudson?
Well, we have a faster response time. We have more firefighters on the scene than you used to as an individual. If we Weehawken had a fire, we'd be first responder. It would take several minutes if it was a big fire to call in neighboring towns, and neighboring towns have to respond. In the old days, if I had a fire on the Weehawken side of the border, West New York and Union City, right across the street, couldn't come until the second alarm was called in. So we have more manpower on the scene, better equipment on the scene, and we respond much faster.
All right, obviously those are all good things. Is there anything you'd like to see improve or change in the near future?
Well, you know, last year's budget increased 1.9%. It was the lowest increase we had. And the hardest thing we had to deal with was we had seven different union contracts. And we had to meld them all together into one contract, which is another factor now. We have one contract for fire superior officers and one contract for firefighters. So it took a lot of arbitration. We just won an arbitration award against the firefighters. So things are starting to settle into place. The cost increases are going down. Like I said, 1.9% is even a little bit below what the state allows. The state allows 2%. So no, I think we just continue on the progress. The more grant money we get in, the more beneficial it is to the taxpayers. And just strive to provide the best level of service we can at the lowest cost.
Hi, Mayor. This is John Hines with Hudson County TV. For more information, log on to hudsoncountytv.com.